Hi there, my name is Jessie, and I'll be doing your warm-up today, or workout today. We're going to be doing a circuit warm-up. So we're going to start it with some marching in place, taking those hands to our head and to our hip, just getting the blood moving. Today is going to be a circuit, so we're going to be doing 2 sets of exercises twice, and it's going to be great. All right, just breathing through that. Nice, getting the feet moving. Next, we're going to go ahead and transition into some lateral toe taps. Just warming up the vastus lateralis, that's your quadricep and your glutes, and we're going to add in some tricep extensions, keeping our elbows kind of right tucked into our sides here, warming up the triceps for what we're going to be doing later today in our workout. Just breathing here. Nice job. Next, we're going to transition into some front steps and getting a nice little toe tap in. Front leg comes and is leading, and then the following just comes and taps. And with our hands, go ahead and extend those out to a T and point the thumbs down for a bicep stretch as we do this. Just keeping the blood moving. Great job. Just a nice easy rock step here. You can play around with your hands, so pointing them downward, pointing your thumbs up to the ceiling. Great job. And now we're going to transition into some squats. So squatting down into a nice front squat, only about to a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to step to the left, to the right, and return to standing. We're going to do that the other side, to the right, to the left, and standing. Beautiful job. Toe just comes to tap as it follows. To the right, to the left, and standing. And just one more here. To the right and standing. Next, we're going to go ahead and do some slow squats. So hands come right before our knees. The chin comes to tuck into the chest and roll up that spine. So right here, we're just going to warm up the lower body, and also our front of our back is going to get stretched out here. So from the side, it kind of looks like this, just a nice slow down. Tuck the chin and roll up the upper back. Head is the last thing to lift. And just one more here. Beautiful job. And lastly, we're just going to end with some jumping jacks. So here's our modification of just a lighter impact here, just tapping the toes from side to side. And if you want to increase that intensity, just go ahead and begin to do full jumping jacks here. Nice. Breathing through. Just landing lightly on the toes. We'll just be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everybody. Feel free to shake it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start with explaining the first set here that we're going to be doing. There are exercises. So firstly, we're going to go ahead, option to grab a light set of weights. We're going to be doing some backwards lunges with a broken T, like this. Arms just come to chest and extend outward. Our next exercise is going to be a step up. So I have an optional step here off to the side, and option to grab weights for this one as well. So it'll look like this. Stepping up, arms come to a row and back down. To a row, step up and down. Our next exercise is going to be a, that's our cardio. So we're going to be doing our jumping jacks. This one's going to look like a straight jack. So arms come to the forward, toes come out to the side, and then lastly, we're going to go ahead and do some abs. So that'll be on the ground. We're just doing ones that look like this, a bicycle with straight legs. All right, as you're ready, go ahead and get started. So option to grab those weights here, and we can begin. So arms coming to a T and extending out. And so our option here is to do a crescent lunge instead of a full backwards lunge with our knee bending. To protect the knee, if it feels better for you, just go ahead and do a crescent lunge. Back leg is protected. Just breathing through here. Make sure to keep the weight in the heels. The knee doesn't come over the toes, just to protect those knees. Using our abs here to just engage balance. Make sure we're standing upright. Nice job breathing through here. Excellent. Just a few more repetitions here. Breathing through. Arms moving in tandem with the legs. And last one. Great job. So now we've got about 20 seconds of rest in between each move that we're going to do. So feel free to get some water, take a breath, stretch it out for a second. All right, and we'll get right into our next thing. So option to grab those weights. We'll be doing our step-ups here. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. So stepping up, arms come to a T, and then extend overhead. Coming up to a T outside of our head, and standing all the way up. So shoulder press as we step up, engaging our balance. So full body movement here. Weight stays in that back leg stands in the heel as you're going ahead on your standing leg. Slow and controlled. Keeping those arms right at your side. Beautiful job. Just keep breathing through. Breathing through. Keeping the ab engaged. That's keeping us upright and moving. Taking just a firm grasp. Grounding through your feet. Grounding, pushing off your toes as you go each time. Just one more here. Beautiful job. And placing those weights down. Shaking it out. Take a rest. You can keep your feet moving. Keep your arms moving from side to side as you take an active recovery here. You can do some swimming. You can do some arm rolls, however you please. Beautiful. And next, we're just going to transition slowly onto the ground at your own pace. You can join me as I explain this one and go ahead and go. So legs are going to be extended, arms at the side of your head, and just tapping the elbow to the alternating knee here. Breathing through. This is going to engage our rectus abdominis, our obliques, transverse abdominis. Just breathing through. And modification here to just put one leg on the ground as you press. And as you bring those knees to meet the elbow, you can rest the opposite leg on the ground. That's going to engage the obliques a little bit more. Just breathing through, doing great. Keep it up here. Now this is a long one we're doing for 40 seconds. Looking good. Breathing through. Keeping the spine nice and neutral. Your chin and your chest are upright, facing forward. We'll just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Nice job. Stretch it out, lean forward, shake it out, and slowly make your way up to standing. For our last one, we'll be doing some straight jacks here. So breathe, shake it out. Just get a little bit of rest in here. Doing great, and we'll go ahead and begin. So our modified version is going to be just having those arms come out to the side, into the center, toes come out to step. You can increase the tempo to just get that heart rate up a little bit more. And for our increased modification version, we're just going to be doing full step out, full in. Nice job here. Landing lightly on the toes. Breathing through. You guys are doing great. Just a few more seconds here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shake it out. That was our first round of our circuit number 1. So feel free to take a little bit, have a longer break here. Grab some water if you would like. Great job here. And again, we'll be right back into our backwards lunges with a broken T as we begin. Option to use weights with that, option to leave those aside as well. And let's begin in 3, 2, and 1. Arms out to a T, and leaning back into that back leg. Nice job keeping the weight in the heel. Again, just making sure that the knee does not go over the front toes. And modification to go ahead and assume a crescent lunge to protect the knee a little bit more. Nice. Engaging our deltoids here, getting an upper back workout as well as our lower body. Getting the glutes here. Getting a little bit of our hamstrings worked out, quadriceps. Looking good. Nice job. And we'll just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Great job. Setting those down for a second. We'll use those again if you want to use them for our step-ups and our shoulder presses. Just breathe here for a moment. Continue to move the lower body. Move those arms from side to side. Get a drink if you would need that. Great job. And we'll just begin in 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing those weights as an option to do that. And stepping up. Our leading leg is nice and slow and controlled. Control on the way up and on the way down. If you have a stool at home or a stepping stool like this, go ahead and use that. You can even do it on a stair. If you don't have weights, you can use water bottles or cans of soup. Any way to get creative here. Arms just come and frame our head like a goalie. Slow and controlled with those arms. We're, again, getting those deltoids here, getting the glutes. This is great for increasing mobility and walking upstairs. Increase some functionality movements. And just one more here. Great job. Go ahead and place those weights down. Be needing those for the next one. And on your own time, you can make your way down to seating. We're going to go ahead and do some ab skin. Breathing for another moment here, and then we'll assume our straight leg position. So extend those legs, hands behind the head, and you can go ahead and go tapping elbow to the opposite knee. Breathing through, engaging those rectus abdominis, obliques here. Just breathing through, and again, option to put the other leg that you're not using at the time on the ground as you switch out. Breathing through. Nice work, everybody. Core is super engaged here. Our spine is tall and long. Our head is in line with our spine here. You can feel it in the hip flexors as well. We'll just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Stretch it out. Slowly make your way to standing. And we'll get ready to do some straight jacks. All right, and we'll just begin in 3, 2, 1. So modified version. Again, take those arms out to the side and to the middle here. And for our increased version, just landing lightly on those toes at the same time. For our cardio, engaging all those lower body muscles, especially the soleus and gastrocnemius. That's your calf. All right, and we'll just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful job. That is our first round of the circuit. We just have our second set, and we'll be all ready to go. So breathe here, take a moment of rest. That was a great job that you all did for the first one. So I'll go through our second circuit and review the exercises first before we get into it. You can use optional weights for this one as well. So our first exercise is going to be a front lunge this time. And I'm going to be doing 3 to one side and 3 to the other side. And I'm going to add some arm curls here. So that's option to use weights for that one. Option also to just use an isometric hold instead, or do 1 curl at a time. Our next exercise is going to be calf raises. We'll do 5 of those, and we'll just do 5 tricep extensions. And we'll switch them back and forth for that. Following that, we're going to be going ahead and do a squat with a medicine ball. Option for this, I'll keep it at my chest, go down and up. And then option as well to increase that intensity by doing a jump at the top and going all the way back down. And then lastly, we'll just be doing our cardio, which is a side shuffle. All right, so now that you're all taking a break and rested, let's go ahead and get into it. So 3 lunges here, 2 and 3, turn around. Make sure we're protecting that knee by keeping our, let's scoot this back a little bit. Protecting our knee by keeping the weight in our heel, not letting the knee go over the toe. And if you're working with a limited amount of space, feel free to just go ahead and do alternating lunges in place. That might also make it easier to concentrate. And again, option to just do 1 curl and then the other. Just 2 more here. All right. Go ahead and put those weights down, shake it out. Take a little bit of rest. Moving side to side, active recovery. Doing great so far. We'll get into those calf raises in 3, 2, 1. So I'm just having my hands on my hips, pushing upward on my toes. And after 5, I'm just going to switch right over into tricep extensions. My chest is over my toes. And my knees are slightly bent, keeping that core engaged as we do that. 4, 5. And just leaning over, bent knees here. My elbows are glued to my sides. 5, and just 1 more set here of the toe up on the toes. Calf raises, 4 and 5. Beautiful job here. Stretch it out, move around, active recovery. Next, we've got our squats with our medicine ball. Feel free to not use medicine ball. And if you would like to do something like that at home, you can grab a pillow, you can grab a water bottle again, you can grab even laundry detergent that has a little bit of weight to it. And we'll just go ahead and get going with those. Holding it at my chest, squatting down to 45-degree angles, and extending all the way to the top. And we'll be here for 40 more seconds. Weight back in the heels. From the side view, as you can see, I'm sitting backward in a chair, only going to about 45-degree angles. 45-degree angle. And holding that medicine ball into our chest, extending upward. Full body movement here. Very functional movement. This is going to help really engage our abs to keep us upright and moving. Just for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Place that down on the ground. Shake it out. Flying through this one. So we'll just go ahead and do our cardio, which is our last one for this circuit round. And in about 3, 2, 1. So we're just going to do our side to side and tap shuffles. My hands are just here in heart center. You can pick up the tempo for an increased intensity. Just going to get that heart rate up a little bit more. Option here to just do 1 side to side for modification and just toe tap it. Also very appropriate here. Can still get your heart rate up by doing that. Doing great, and we'll just be here for 3, for 2, In for 1. Nice job. Take a break, get some water, keep those limbs moving, you can shake it out. Do some stretching here. Looking good. And we'll just go ahead and get right back into it. So if you want to use those weights, again, pick up that light pair of dumbbells or water bottles, cans, whatever it may be, and we'll go ahead and do those front lunges with a curl. In 3, 2, 1. And I'm doing 3 to the side, turning around, pivoting on my toes, and just curling as I go down, keeping the weight in my heel, really stabilizing through that front leg, going slow and controlled. Again, you have the option of just holding those weights at your sides as you do it. You also have an option of just alternating curls in place. That makes it easier to concentrate. You can do one at a time as well. And we just have 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Set those down. Shake it out. Wiggle it around. Feel free to get water at any time you need. And we'll just get right into our calf raises and tricep extensions. Option 2 for these ones to still hold on to that weight. So we'll go ahead and get started. Just 5 here. Working on our balance and leaning over, elbows glued to the side. Just 5 here. Breathing through. Get that heart rate down if we can. 4, 5. 1 more of these tricep extensions. Arm glued to the sides. Just really engaging only those triceps, trying to isolate as we can. And last set here. Nice work. Placing those down on the ground. Shaking it out. We're getting every muscle group, or close to it if we can. All right. Breathing through, and go ahead and grab whatever method you're using in placement of a medicine ball. And we'll go ahead and get right into those squats. In 3, 2, and 1. Nice 45-degree angle, and just extending hips forward as you press up to the top. Arms kind of extending all the way up, trying to take the bend out of the elbows at the top. And from the front, you can see I'm just squatting down to a nice 45-degree angle. Hips go back, and then come right under my shoulders. Really keeping those abs engaged, protecting the spine, very neutral spine. Head should be in line with the spine. And we'll just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Placing that down on the ground. Doing great, everybody. Almost through our second circuit. Cooling down, moving from side to side. Breathe here. Feel free to get some water. And we'll just begin our side-to-side shuffles in 3, 2, 1. So bending in those knees, just like the squat that we did in our warm-up, from side to side. But we're trying to pick up the pace and get our heart rate up here, using those abs to stay nice and sturdy. Light on our toes. Beautiful job. Keeping the head in line with the spine. Very neutral here, but my front of my body is still kind of tilted forward. This is definitely going to help with our proprioception, finding out where our bodies are in time and space. All right, we'll just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Nice job. You have completed set 1 and set 2 of our circuit warm-up or workout. Excuse me. So now all we have is a cool down. Doing great, everybody. That's the hard part is over. So nice job. Feel free to get a drink of water. All right, and we'll just begin by goalie arms, toe tapping from side to side here. Stretching out the chest, keeping our legs moving. Nice job here. Just breathing, cooling it down, just giving our body a chance to move the oxygen around, give circulation to our bodies. This will really help decrease soreness later on. Breathing through. Just be here for 3, for 2, and 1. Nice job. Next, we're going to take our hands behind our head like that. We're going to have a slight bend in our knees, and we're just going to go ahead and do a deadlift. My weight's coming forward just so I can get a stretch in my hamstrings and my glutes, but really make sure to keep that spine nice and neutral, very straight. So no bend, no arc in my spine, just to really protect it. Only hinging at the hips and just stretching out those hamstrings. Getting the glutes, moving our bodies still. For 3, for 2, and 1. Nice job. Next, we're just going to go ahead and do a quadricep stretch. So take my right hand, grabbing my right ankle, tucking that heel into my glute. You can grab the side of a wall for extra support. And option as well to just tilt your head very gently from side to side. Just get a nice stretch in the neck, but be cautious to just be very gentle here. Nice, breathing through, stretch it out. Other side, my left hand with my left ankle. Just go ahead and tilt side to side if you so desire, or just stay right in place. You can extend your other arm out for support and balance. Option to find a point on the wall that's not moving to just really help ground you, keep that balance. And also option to just look down at that standing leg. Just a nice stretch in the back of my neck here for 3, 2, and 1. And lastly, we'll just go ahead and do our crescent lunge stretch. So this one, I'm just really trying to stretch out my hip flexor and my soleus gastrocnemius. Stretching my left arm over my chest, bringing it forward, sinking into my hip flexors. It's okay if that heel comes off the ground when you're really trying to get into the hips. Breathing through here and switching sides. Sinking forward into the hip. Other arm crosses over. Option to try to press that back heel down into the ground if you want to really emphasize stretching that soleus, gastrocnemius, your calf muscles after we worked them out today. And breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. And our last thing, we're just going to go ahead and cross our hands back behind our back, stretching out our chest. Gaze comes up. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and drop those arms. Fingers crossed in front of our back. Look down into our hands, rounding the front of our back. Inhale and exhale here. Again, just one more stretch behind our head, behind our back rather. Inhale and exhale. Release it forward. Cross our hands in front, stretching out the back of our neck and our upper back. And then just taking those arms out to the side, rolling our shoulders down our back. And you've completed our warm-up for today. Again, I'm Jessie. That was our circuit. Thanks so much for joining.